It is a troubling and increasingly common sight, a highly specialized wild animal boxed up in a living room, a suburban backyard, or the back of an illegal transport truck. Take the sundust slow loris. With its massive forward-facing eyes and sluggish, deliberate movements, it possesses the exact traits humans code as cute. That perceived innocence makes it a primary target for the illegal pet trade. But treating this creature as a cuddly companion ignores its reality. The slow loris is a specialized survivor equipped for the high-stakes environment of the Southeast Asian rainforest. When a slow loris feels threatened, it doesn't run. It freezes in place and raises its arms above its head, giving it direct access to a specialized patch of skin on its inner elbow. That patch contains a gland that secretes a unique oil. By licking its elbow, the loris mixes this secretion with its saliva, engineering a toxic chemical reaction. The resulting bite is painful enough to make predators and humans violently ill. A defensive weapon like toxic saliva serves no purpose in a suburban house. Animals are engineered for the specific conditions of their native habitats, and moving them into human spaces forces a total physical mismatch with their biology. We see this same mismatch when we look at locomotion. If a species evolved a highly specific way of moving through the canopy, how does it travel when left stranded in a flat, cleared field or a neighborhood? Look at the Malayan colugo. It possesses a complex anatomical feature called a patagium, a wide flap of loose skin stretching completely from its neck down to all four of its toes. Despite its nickname, the flying lemur, the colugo does not actually fly. When it stretches its limbs, that membrane acts as a parachute, allowing it to glide over 100 meters across the forest. This method of travel has a strict physical requirement. To cover that distance without losing altitude, the colugo needs the towering height provided exclusively by massive, widely spaced, old-growth canopy trees. Without that extreme drop-off, the patagium is useless. If a colugo ends up in a cleared logging zone, it loses its launch pads, leaving it completely grounded, clumsy, and vulnerable. Gliding is a trait entirely dependent on the physical architecture of an intact rainforest. You cannot separate the animal's biology from the geography it relies on. The same rule applies beneath the canopy. When human activity strips the deep forest of its materials, it removes the exact resources these animals evolved to manipulate. The oriental pied hornbill relies on a massive downward curved beak, a tool perfectly shaped for plucking wild fruits and snatching up small lizards. Their survival requires specific materials. When it is time to breed, hornbills require access to dense rainforest mud, which they use to physically seal the entrances to their tree nests to keep out predators. Then you have the sun bear, the smallest bear species on Earth. It possesses a highly specialized biological tool, a set of enormous, powerful claws. Those claws are heavy-duty extractors. They are designed to rip through thick tree bark and dismantle dense earthen termite nests to access the insects inside. Today, commercial logging operations and land developers are rapidly cutting through these environments, harvesting the timber and clearing the land with heavy industrial machinery. Deforestation is the active, physical removal of the mud, mounds, and deep woods that these animals' bodies were explicitly built to manipulate. Losing the habitat means losing the tools of survival. We see this biological specialization even in animals we frequently keep in captive human gardens, like the Indian peacock. Their biology was forged in the hostile conditions of South Asian rainforests. We assume their appearance is purely decorative. The male uses these massive tail feathers to impress mates, but they serve an entirely different, desperate purpose in the wild. The sudden display of dozens of giant, staring eyes creates an optical illusion. It makes the bird look significantly larger and more dangerous, terrifying and repelling threats. This defensive posture is a direct response to highly efficient stealth hunters native to its environment, like the jungle cat. Every biological trait, from venomous albatross to giant tail feathers, represents a specialized solution to a specific environmental problem. These adaptations result from millions of years of fine-tuning for one singular ecosystem. But when the forest is leveled, that biological fit vanishes. These traits lose their purpose, leaving the species stranded without a way to navigate. We cannot conserve a species simply by keeping it alive in a cage or a suburb. If we lose the complex architecture of the rainforest, we lose the only place on Earth where these biological adaptations actually work.